What's up, guys? How y'all doing? My name is Joseph Thompson, and today we are doing a book haul video. I haven't been on YouTube much lately, but today I really felt like, well, what's something that I can really talk about or get into. So I was gonna do a book haul video today to try to improve my booktube channel, as well as introduce you guys to a few books that I own and show you some of my collections. I've got a lot of good stuff, so you guys should stay tuned. Make sure to like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you get all of my videos. Let's get into this. One of the books that I have has been a long wait, and it's a pretty huge book considering that it's paperback. But that book happens to be Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. I was very impressed with this book. I was really looking for, the Game of Thrones series. I have all the books, and when I saw the newest release, Fire and Blood, I was like, well, this is perfect, because I have an opportunity to actually see this series from a different perspective. And this book is about the Targaryens. Fire and Blood by George Martin, the newest book that they have. I've always been a big fan of A Song of Ice and Fire. I saw every episode of Game of Thrones. So, of course, I became a big fan. And, like anybody else, I saw the book series. So, of course, I had to pick it up. It's been a while since I've been on this series. I'm not even sure if I want to read the entire book, but I want to get to this soon. It's on my TBR, so we'll see how it goes. The next book on my list happens to be a non-fiction, and that happens to be Long Mile Home. And this is by Scott Hillman and Jenna Russell. This happens to be about the Boston bombings that happened in Massachusetts in 2013. It's a horrifying story, but it's also very true. They also made a movie about this. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Long Mile Home is the true accounts and the events that happened. So the next thing that I want to talk about is pocketbooks. I have a lot of pocketbooks that I own, and the thing about pocketbooks is they're so easy to collect and they're really easy to read, because I don't think I've ever run into a pocketbook that took me more than, a month to read. This one happens to be a very interesting book about the military, and that is Executive Authority by Dalton Fury. Big fan of military.
Awesome. Sorry about the radio.
This one is by Dalton Fury, Executive Authority. It's a Delta Force novel. Delta Force, if you don't already know, is a series by Dalton Fury, which talks about military spec ops, secret missions, anything that have to do with those kind of things. So, as someone who aspires to someday get into the Army, this is a book that I'm very excited about. Because I look at the cover, it's very cool. Another movie adaptation that I have is XXX by Mel Odom. Of course, the movie was amazing. I've seen all three of the movies, and I'm highly impressed with XXX series. I actually really had no idea that this was actually gonna be a I didn't even know this was a book. See, this whole time I was watching the movie, and of course I grew up around the XXX books and everything. But when I heard that it was a book, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. There's actual novelization of XXX. So the movie was great. The book, I'm pretty sure, is even better. Definitely gonna read this soon. Next book I have a few John Grisham books that I wanted to show you guys. I have The Pelican Brief by John Grisham, and another book by John Grisham. I have two of them. I've actually got a lot more than 2 books by him. But for the sake of this video, The Chamber by him, and The Brethren. I don't know how good I'm going to be at holding all these books up, but this is my temporary John Grisham, book haul, so yay. I think it's better this way. Love John Grisham. The thing about John Grisham, my dad was really into his novels. So that's how I kind of grew up around him. I also heard, I really like legal stuff, anything that have to do with law, it interests me. So that's definitely something that I wanted to try to get into, and John Grisham offers a wide variety of legal novels, so it captured my interest. The next series that we have on the list happens to be The Dark Artifices, a series that I have heavily enjoyed. I'm still on Lady Midnight, and as you guys know, I am the Shadowhunter guy, which of course happens to be a very big part of my YouTube channel. Paid $50 for this series, The Dark Artifices, and I gotta tell you, going on 2 years of the Shadowhunter series, I think it kind of became, I was really big into Percy Jackson as a kid, so I think Shadowhunters is kind of like turning that around and like making it easier for me to get into it. Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and the third book happens to be Queen of Air and Darkness, which is a pretty big book, I gotta be honest. I don't even know if I might finish Queen of Air and Darkness probably next year. But big Shadowhunter fan, huge collector of that. And after reading TMI and TID, the Dark Artifices series was very highly suggested on my list, and it's one of the biggest books on my TBR. One of the next books that I have is a book, Pendragon, The Soldiers of Hala. I think this is the last book in the series, so I was heavily excited about getting this series. Pendragon is it's not highly mentioned. It's kind of